A lot by your teammates and by Coach Freeze since you got here. Kind of how can you talk about how camp's going for you and what you hope to bring to this team this fall?
Camp going good. Camp going real good. I just want to bring that motor that I brought from out of state and make sure it's like everybody brings it with them too. That's the only thing I really, as a jack, that's what you got to have, a motor. And that's one thing I got to put with every down. And I just wish everybody else come and bring the juice with me. And that's what they've been doing so far.
What made this a good fit for you when you got in the portal and were considering your options?
It's pretty much the same thing from App State. 3-4 defense, drop back a little bit, edge rush, and you playing jack. They let you play free, just like App State. So it's not really much of a difference from what I was used to. So that's the difference. That's what made me a good fit.
Talk about your decision to leave App State. I'm sure that wasn't easy.
No, not at all. It wasn't. Talked to a couple of teammates. And they just told me, just go chase the dream. This is your dream. Your destination is different from everybody's. And that's why I just went and I hopped in the portal and I talked to Coach Freeze. I was like, oh yeah, this what it is. I mean, it's home.
So when you did go in the portal and you were looking at schools, it sounds like scheme was something that was big for you, finding a scheme you fit into.
Yes, sir. I'm 6'1". I'm 6'1", 240. I'm not the biggest guy. So and Coach Roberts, the defense coordinator, he played with people my size before. He know how to use them, and he just like I said, he let us play free a little bit. He let us just get on that edge and go get the quarterback, set edges, play fast, physical.
Since you're not the biggest guy, I mean, have people tried to move you at other positions, or is it just now they just because of how good you are as an edge rusher, you just always stayed there?
Yeah, I always stayed there. I got a natural bent to myself. Like I never really had to be taught anything. It just come natural to me, coming off the corner, off the edge. So no, I just been playing edge my whole life.
So what's the key to being as successful as you are as an edge rusher, as a guy your size? Like, what's the key?
Like I said, motor. You can't think about your size at all. When I'm on the field, I'm not thinking I'm 6'1", 240. You know what I'm saying? So I'm out there, I'm playing football. Because everybody got to play football. Everybody, I don't think people was not as talented as me, and they don't want to bend with me. They 6'5", they don't want to get as low. You know, they lazy, take tackles. That's why I got to use that to my advantage. That's what I do every now.
Is there any like dirty stuff you can do, like punch people in the gut or something? I don't know. You got to level the playing field somehow. You know?
Oh, nah, not really. You just gotta play. You gotta play your techniques. That's how it is. Yeah. But you gotta be mean. You gotta be mean. You gotta be a little mean.
Fierce.
Yeah.
When you got in the portal, did you have a lot of folks coming to you and trying to get you in?
Yes, it was pretty much the whole East Coast. SC, but they wasn't running what I was looking for, defensive wise.
You knew exactly what you wanted.
Yes, sir.
I'm sorry.
No, you got it. Go ahead.
Do you get the feeling that there's a lot of new guys in this defense? Do you get the feeling it's coming together?
Yes, sir.
It's going to be something special?
Yes, sir. Especially we had leadership from Keontae Scott, Marcus. They made sure we all heads together. Like, make sure we know we all knew pretty much. We all just went here for like 1 year, 2 years, and we came together. That scrimmage showed that after the scrimmage we watched film, and then we know what we got to do, and we know what we got fixed communication-wise, and that's what the main thing is. Make sure we play together.
A lot of guys will come from G5 without much experience against the SEC. Y'all got that win against Texas A&M last year. You had the 2 strip sacks in the same exact play.
Yeah.
I guess talk about that play a little bit and how that happened, and what was that win like for you guys to have one of the biggest upsets the past few years?
First of all, that play, the first series, he tried to bully me. I ain't like that, you know. He a big dude, like what, 6'8", he was like something like that. So he thought everything was. He thought I wasn't good. So I got mad. I got a little mad. And then next, it just happened, you know, I just saw red. That's basically what I seen as an edge rusher. And then for that win was crazy. It was probably the best feeling ever. We didn't have the best season, but that was a good little win.
You're looking forward to going back to Texas A&M this fall?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure. I want to make sure he know my name, you know.
Is it different playing a position where most of the guys are in their first year with the team? You, Elijah, and Steven are all in from the transfer portal. Does that change the dynamic at all? Have you guys bonded? You know,
We definitely bonded. We definitely bonded because, you know, Stings, he a good pass rusher too. Stings, I mean. And we talk, we communicate like, how you do this, how you do that. And then with Elijah, he set good edges, you know. He a big dude, he a massive dude. So he tell us how to be physical, you know, setting the edge. So we all bring out what we bring to the table, and we try to talk, communicate, and it's like we friends, like it's the best in the meetings.
We were talking with Coach Aldridge last week, and he mentioned that some of you guys outrun the linebackers, and he's got to call out his linebackers because you guys have the motor right now. Is that a goal for you to try to set the pace?
Yeah, of course. If one person do it and everybody see it, then they like, okay, I got my game a little bit, you know. So that's the main thing. I'm not trying to outdo nobody. It's just that I want everybody to come along with what I bring to the table, you know.
Talking about the scrimmage a little bit, how do you think that your group did?
Oh, we did good. We did good. From when we was on the field, we thought we did bad. We were on tape. We did some things that, you know, we was proud of. But it's also negative plays.
Yeah.
And we fixed that today, I believe. So getting off blocks, those main things like that. Just getting off blocks. We set some good edges though.
Before you got here, they had Keldrick playing jack. Now he's playing defense. And when you get to play with him and be next to him, just what stands out about him, especially as a freshman?
First of all, yeah, as a freshman, he's like I told him before. I said, bro, in the next 2 years you're gonna be like All-American, you know, because that's where he got his head different, you know. As a freshman, you're not thinking about wanting to play first year, or you're not thinking about he got a motor too. He's good. He's gonna be good.
We've seen you and Steven kind of rotate with that first team. How would you compare y'all's skill sets? He's maybe a little bit bigger guy, maybe you're a little more explosive. How would you compare, and how are you guys going to try to complement each other?
Pretty much, he got a little power to him. He got power. So when we communicate, okay, you go high rush, I'm gonna crash rush. We're gonna collapse the pocket, you know. And that's the things me and him both bring to the table. That we experience edge rushes, so we know what we could do. We know what we can't do.
Yeah, there could be some situations where you guys both out there. You know, Auburn coming after the quarterback with both of you guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. We still getting that together though. That rotation is called it's a package that we have, you know, and we're still getting that rotation down.
We heard from Josh Aldridge a little bit about Cam Riley and how he's maybe a guy who can play that edge position, can kind of roam around on defense.
Oh, yeah.
What have you seen out of him in terms of his versatility?
First of all, he got sideline speed. You see him chasing down screen plays when they throw it to the field. He chasing them down 2 yard game, and that's something he brings to the table. That speed. He long. He's 6'6", 6'5" linebacker. I ain't really seeing too much on the edge though, but I know he could do it though. I know he could.
We've heard a lot about Eugene Asante,
Oh, yeah.
a guy who might be playing behind you a little bit. What have you said? I know he's a guy who also brings that motor to practice.
Oh yeah, he bring that. That's work. That's his saying right there. And he gonna work. He fast. You know, sideline to sideline too. My side, by my size, but he explosive, real explosive. And he bring that juice every time.
You got less than 3 weeks to the start of the season. What are you focusing on
Technique.
the most? Yeah.
Technique. That's the main thing. Cause you know, technique will bring you a long way. I can have a nice skill set, but if I got trash technique, it's not gonna take me nowhere. So that's the main thing I'm focused on right now. Technique.
Sorry if this was already asked, but so what from the first scrimmage do you feel like the defense did well, and what do you think you guys need to improve on into Saturday?
Being assigned, like lining up and being we know what we got lined up at. The biggest negative as a defense as a whole, I think, was tackling. You know, when we look on things, we missing too many tackles, but that we getting that fixed. We make sure we wrapping up. We doing a lot of drills. As of today, we did a lot of drills. Make sure we tackle better, wrap up, roll tackle, whatever we got to do to get them down. And that's the main thing as a defense. Tackle, too many missed tackles.
Saw the other day during warm-ups, a couple of y'all, you included working on your pass rushing moves even while you're sitting there stretching. How important are those mental reps
It's
on
good.
defense to do just the entire practice?
That's probably the most important thing. When you got muscle memory, it just come natural to you. So you just doing, when you warming up, you doing your little hips. Like you bring your hips, you bring your hands. And that's something we, as a pass rusher, you gotta have. You gotta have nice hips, you gotta have nice hands. And it just muscle memory. So I'm not thinking when I'm out there, I'm just doing it.
Hey, when you were coming out of high school, you picked App State. Where else were you looking at that point?
I had Rutgers. They came in late, but I had Rutgers. I was looking at Rutgers, but all the other schools wanted to move me inside to inside linebacker. But App State said, "Nah, yeah, you gonna stay outside." You know?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So
Like
I stuck
that.
with them.
And you just weren't going to change on that.
No, because once they told me I'm gonna play outside linebacker, I've been playing my whole life. I don't want to change. You know.
Gotcha.
Any coaches play a big role in your recruitment to Auburn, and you know when you were in the portal thinking about where you were going to go? You know,
Yes, sir. My high school coach, because they can't talk. Nobody could talk to me directly, but it's they talked to my high school coach and made sure I had the pace. Cause I was scared. You know, me into the portal, I was scared because I didn't know. Like I said, I was probably too small. No big schools probably want me, but he made sure I had a place to go. I had a home.
And there were big schools that were coming after you.
Yes, a lot.
I mean, did that make you anxious at all? Like, ooh, I got to make the right pick here?
Yes, it's like I said, it's like coming out of high school again. Like you don't know what's my next 2 years gonna be like, you know. So that was the main thing. And a lot of people try to make it seem like home, but it just didn't feel right, you know. It just didn't feel right.
How did you balance that feeling of maybe anxiety, wanting to make sure you were at the right place with all these schools coming, with also seemingly, being very particular what what you wanted? If you had to kind of balance those thoughts at all.
It was two things. The first thing, I prayed a lot. You know, me and my mom, we sat down, we prayed so many times. 'Cause, you know, my mom would get real nervous. You know, she get real nervous. So we prayed, made sure our nerves right. And the second thing was I had to see through I just didn't want I had to see through everything. You know, I'm older. I'm not a high schooler. They can't really, you know, they tell high schoolers certain things. But I knew when I came to Auburn that they was telling the truth, and they still the same. It's feel like recruitment again every day. Like they talk to you, they make sure they text me, make sure I'm good, make sure my family good. There's love here. Family.
What's Coach Roberts like?
Oh yeah, he Coach Robert, he's funny. He probably one of the funniest coaches I've been around. And he make everything like he gets serious now. When you mess up, he gonna yell at you. But other than that, it's fun. Like when you're in film room, you're not tired. He makes some jokes, bring you up a little bit. He's not gonna tear you down, but he gonna coach you. Say you did wrong, show what you did right, make some jokes, laugh. He's a good coach. He probably one of the best I've been around, for sure.